Hi there, my name is Ian Brennan and welcome to Magician Advice Recommends. Thank you for tuning in to this short episode of Magician Advice Recommends. By now, I think you probably know that in these little videos, we're not talking about necessarily the latest or the newest effects that are on the market. We're not giving you a rundown of what things we don't like. We're just focusing on the things that we do like. So these are things that we, as myself, Phil and Rob, on the Magician Advice podcast, things that we like, things that we love. It could be routines, they could be books, and sometimes they get a bit overlooked and a bit missed as everything goes by and all the new routines come out. So we thought we'd go through some of the things that we love the most. And today I've got a set of books for you by a good friend of the podcast and a good friend of Magician's Advice, Wayne Goodman. And here they are. We've got The Expert at the Restaurant Table, The Complete Comedy Magician's Joke File, and Go Compare. I don't know whether you can see from where you are, but we've got all my sticky notes in, showing my different notes and the different things that I've taken away from these. Now, these are actually fantastic little books. I say little books because they're not the most, the largest things that are going to be on your bookshelf, but the stuff that's packed into these is awesome. And I know The Expert at the Restaurant Table has been talked about quite a lot recently, with people looking at going into restaurants and doing restaurant magic and trying to break into those pubs and those venues to try and get bookings from them. The Expert at the Restaurant Table gives you a step-by-step guide of how to do that, and it's well worth checking out. So, what have we got? Let's start with The Complete Comedy Magician's Joke File. This one is pretty much a joke book. So in there you're going to find page after page after page of jokes. A lot of them one-liners, a lot of them with really short setups and really quick payoffs, so that you can slot them into your compare slot or into your act, and they're quite funny. They won't all work for everybody. There's some that are a little bit on the bluer side, but then just choose your audience wisely. I know I've seen a few magicians sitting down with this before they go on stage, flicking through for a line or flicking through for a joke to actually put into their set. So it's well worth checking it out. That's Wayne Goodman's Complete Comedy Joke Book. I think it was originally 3 books and then it got condensed into one. So instead of having to buy all 3, there's just the one there. Anyway, that's the joke file. The next one was, let's go Compare. I don't think this is the next one in the order. I think it might have been this one first. But anyway, that's not important. My next favourite is Go Compare. Go Compare is all about how to be a compare. That's pretty much it. It tells you what to do, how to bring acts onto stage, how to get acts off stage, how to make the audience love you, and how to interact with them on a really positive level. It gives you an idea of the sort of effects you might be performing, and gives you an idea of how to look around the whole theatre and try and get everyone involved. Whereas a lot of performers you see, they might just focus on one person and the rest of the theatre gets left out. So if you're looking for tips and advice on how to engage a whole theatre or a whole big room, then check this one out. Loads of good solid advice in there, and if you're going to be a compare at an event, there's no better advice than this. Check it out. Last one is The Expert at the Restaurant Table. Obviously a play on The Expert at the Card Table. This one has come up quite a bit recently because it's all about getting those gigs in restaurants that then lead on to better paid gigs and better paid clients at other places. This gives you your foot in the door and your step-by-step guide of how to get into that restaurant. So you've got a restaurant there, you want to get a residency with them, this will tell you how to do it. Gives you all the steps of how to get involved, what sort of magic you should be doing when you're there, and how to look after yourself basically. One of the things to bear in mind with restaurant magic and with residencies, it's not as straightforward. You phone a restaurant, you get the residency. It's not quite as easy as that. You've got to be prepared to put in the legwork and to go around and cover the streets. You've got to be prepared to walk up and down, go to the different restaurants, speak to the managers, perform some magic for free, get people wowed and amazed, and then you'll get the residency that you want. It might not be in the restaurant that you first chose, it might be in another one down the road. It's not an easy thing to get if you're just aiming for one restaurant, but if you aim for all the restaurants in town and you follow this guide, then there's a good chance you're going to get one of them. You're going to get a good residency from it. So definitely check it out. It's, if you've ever thought of getting into working at tables in a restaurant, check this out. There's a lot of sneaky stuff in here that you wouldn't have thought about. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I can say without giving it all away. There's things about how to keep the gig once you actually got it. So not only how to get the gig, how to keep it, how to perform at different tables depending on how the restaurant's laid out. So your lines of sight, making sure that the right people see the right things and that people don't see the wrong things, like when you're doing the dirty load and things. Sounds odd. There's bits about name tags and badges that you could get yourself produced to make yourself look more professional at the venue. Things about how to dress, who to contact, what to do, what not to do, and even helpful little diagrams and all sorts in there that you can check out. So it really is kind of a basics, how to get those gigs at restaurants, how to work them. Definitely worth checking out. The Expert at the Restaurant Table. Speak to Wayne, he's on Facebook, you can get him via his website and he'll be able to hook you up with any of those books or all of those books. And he's also got a new book coming out very soon called Maxim's Primer. And Maxim's Primer is a bit like The Expert at the Restaurant Table, which is kind of a 101, a basics guide to restaurant magic, but it's a basic guide for more magic in general, so a wider range of magic. You're looking at how to build your confidence, how to choose your tricks, how to manage your audience, how to script your magic, how to bring comedy into your magic. If you're performing on a stage, how to actually get on stage and get off stage looking sensible and looking calm. If you're being a compere, there's advice in there. There's advice for how to work a room, how to work a big theatre, and lots of things about how to engage the audience and keeping them on your side. That's coming out, I think, in 2020. I've recently had a preview copy from Wayne, and I've had a session proofreading it with him. It's looking awesome, and I know when it comes out in its fully edited version, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's Maxim's Primer by Wayne Goodman, and it should be coming out in 2020. You might be wondering, while you're there, what on earth is going on behind me with all these ducks that we've got lined up over here? Well, I've got a whole army of ducks there, like this little chap, and I've been doing a routine myself made out of ducks. I've been working on it for over a year now, and it's about to be published. It's going to be published in my book, which is coming out soon. Shameless plug, I know. And the routine is called the Lucky Duck, or at least that's what I think I'm going to call it. It's a hook-a-duck routine where you have loads of ducks. The spectators pick ducks out at random, and the numbers on the ducks match a lottery ticket prediction. It's one that I've been working on for a while. It's got a few comedy gags in there, and I've performed it down at the Magic Circle and at our local magic club recently, and I've got some really good advice on scripting and how to take it forward to make my job as magician even easier. So those edits that people have given me, they're going to go into the routine as well when I publish it, and hopefully some of you might enjoy reading that. It's going to be coming out in my book that's coming out next year, a bit like Wayne's book. My book's coming out soon. My book is called Magical Musing, so A Voyage to Better Magic, and it involves some of my articles from the Magic Circle magazine, which I write for, and some of the articles that I have kind of kept secret to myself, and some of the routines that I've kept secret as well. There's going to be at least 10 articles and at least 10 different routines. Not all card magic, some of it, some quite silly mentalism, some of it various other different things, but it's a whole range of stuff, and hopefully you'll like it. So if you're interested in that, drop me a message, drop me a comment below, drop me a message on Facebook or via my website, sophisticatedmagic.co.uk, and I can hook you up with a copy of that when it comes out. I'm not sure the final price yet. It all depends on how much the publishers are going to charge for the books, and then we'll work out the price from there. So that's coming up soon. That's what the ducks are all about. If you haven't done so already, please like the video, subscribe, and please share it with the people around. Have a look at the other videos in this series, see what other props and products we've recommended. I know that we've covered some books so far, we've covered some routines and some actual effects and some props, and there'll be one of these videos coming out every couple of weeks for the foreseeable future, until we've run out of really good stuff that we use. Magician's Advice recommends only the good stuff, only the best things get onto here. This is the stuff that we use and that we swear by, so check it out. And this week, check out The Expert at the Restaurant Table, nearly said the card table, The Expert at the Restaurant Table, and Wayne Goodman's other books. Keep your ears to the ground and you'll be able to see what's coming up from him in the near future. Oh, and if you want to know what the ducks routine is all about, and you want to get a behind the scenes look at that before it comes out in the book, then head over to our Patreon page. All the links are in the description. And our patrons of a certain tier, I've explained this to them already, so they already know what's going on. They're probably sitting there nodding away thinking, oh, not those ducks again, Ian, you've been going on that for ages. They already know the routine, they know the method, and they're going to see a video in a moment of the changes that I've made from it, from my last performances. Anyway, that's enough babbling on for me. Thank you ever so much for tuning in today, and like, comment, subscribe, share the love. Let's get this spread around, and let's get Magician's Advice Recommends as popular as our podcast is. Oh, check out the podcast. Thanks ever so much for now. Until next time. Bye bye.